are back for another one, boys and girls. Starting this one off mainly though with a thank you to everybody who has watched the last videos, who has commented, take a moment out of your day to say, you know, your condolences, sorry about my dog, etc. That meant a lot. You guys are pretty awesome for all that. You know, watching that video was one thing, but taking the time out of your day to say something, you know, nice, especially about the puppy. I don't know why I say puppy. He's always a puppy to me. Even though he was a decade old, still a puppy. But we got a bunch of stuff to mess with today. Not a huge video, but I'm just starting this off downstairs, cleaning up the blast cabinet. The screen that was on this thing was completely just shot, so I got some new screen protectors, and of course, not thinking right lately, I got the wrong size, so now I have the right ones. And it really makes a difference being able to see through this thing, because I was actually looking through this tiny gap under the tape line for like the last week. And of course, more stuff came back in, so. Always doing something powder coating wise now. It's pretty crazy. It started off just, you know, powder coating some bars for myself for the big truck, and now it's kind of like a side business. I mean, I have powder everywhere. I got this giant oven outside that has just put in work lately. I actually went through and rewired the house for a new 50 amp breaker just for that thing, which is just insane to think of. But yeah, all new. I still need to staple it up. Code might not be up to, you know, standard just yet, but yeah, it's just trying to keep myself busy, trying to keep myself occupied and not, you know, down in the dumps and sad about the dog. The siding for our house finally came in. I don't know about you guys, but I sided a couple houses in my life, like 4 or 5. It's been longer than that years wise. It's 7 years since I've done the house. What, 2014? 8 years since I've done a house. Oh yeah, it's been a long time, but I feel like that's not enough siding to do my 2-story. I mean, my house isn't small, but at the same time, it's not really big. Yeah, I mean, they have to do, and this is just the backside. That's why I told the wife I wasn't doing that, and I was letting company handle that. But now I'm worried about the company screwing that up. Like I said, a bunch of stuff to do today. Starting off with the Rambletron, obviously. Thank you to everybody. You guys are the best. We have stuff to do on the wife's truck, mainly finishing up this rocker panel install. But because I'm a dick, we all know that I'm a dick, I gotta move the big truck. The wife's away on business for a few days. So I need to move the big truck into the driveway, because she wanted me to drive the Pilot around in case I need to move the kids or do anything like that, because that has the baby seat in the back. No, I want the baby seat in the big truck, so we're gonna move the big truck in the driveway. But I need to take this traffic cone right here, and I need to put it where the Pilot is, so no one can park there, because I'm an asshole, and I don't want anybody parking in the street. Public parking or not, that traffic cone is going there. So this Rambletron, we get a little stuff moved around, and then we'll talk about this rocker panel install. So, starting back, this clip out English that wasn't right, whatever I just wanted to say in my brain was not what just came out of my mouth. And yeah, moved the big truck there. And then, to be the ultimate dick, like I said, just put that cone right there and took up that spot. So, catching up where we left off. Rocker panel progress. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna throw in some of the clips and stuff like that as we're talking of what we did already, and catch us back up, because those last clips were before Bandit passed away, so it's been like a week and a half since I did that stuff. Today was positive side, silver lining note. I did get his ashes back today and his little urn and all that memorial stuff, so that's pretty cool. I might show you guys that stuff later, but I blew out these bolts. They're rusted. I mean, literally, they were so bad. I cut them all out, blew them all out, got them all out. This I need to pound in a little bit more. But I just threw some rough tacks, and this does give you enough meat to float it up a little bit, so I did float it up just a hair. That way I have basically the same little line here, and my plan is to run a thick caulk bead and then set the inner rocker on that. But we're gonna go ahead and test, see how the inner rocker fits. Because I put the inner rocker in. Punch myself. Do it. There we go. think that's a good test fit. I think that's might drop this corner just a little bit, but at the same time, I can see this has been welded in. So maybe, yeah, because I'm about level with the old line of the panel. Obviously, these are Taiwanese replacements. So. Just still been one of those weeks. Not back in the groove yet. All right, let's get this mocked up, get this figured out a little better. See where we land. My neighbors are being so loud, it's just killing all my clips. But yeah, that's the best part of doing stuff at your house, right? So this is in enough where I like how this fits. Quick little time-lapse part there of just test fitting it, checking where the edges are lining up. I'm happy where everything's landing. And I'm liking the lines, I'm liking all this. I'm gonna attempt to see if I can get, there's like a little lip under here. And a lip on that part of the cab mount. I'm gonna see if I can ratchet strap them together, because I don't know, if I pull with my hand, it has a little, you can see a little flat. I wonder if I could just stick a screwdriver in there and pry. No, I won't be able to do that once I put the top on. Yeah, it's just this cab corner's a little bit flexy, and I'd like it to be that 1/8 inch over. So I gotta figure that part out. Once I can get that handled, I mean, yeah. Get everything tacked in. Like I said, I want to run a nice bead of caulk there before I drop that down. So yeah, I just need to get this pulled over, get that mocked up. I need to fill this corner in real fast before I can do that. This part I'm not worried about, because I'm gonna probably end up cutting this and coming over and repairing all of that. So that can be done obviously once the rest of this is on. This I won't be able to access and fill this little corner in, so I'm gonna cut out a little shape. I don't want to try and do that from the bottom. That'll suck. Actually, might just do that from the bottom. I might clean up this edge, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. So, more time lapse, more cut, more grind, more weld, all the fun. It's a party. Starting today off with an oh so wonderful adventure. My neighbor called the police on me. But I'm still standing here laughing and giggling because he was pressure washing and decided to pressure wash under the fence and soaked all of my siding with just gross and yuck, you know, garbage. Well, my DeWalt is a lot stronger of a pressure washer than his is, so somebody went out there and just pressure washed it all directly back under his fence and may have probably soaked him and got him with some at the same time. But yeah, the cops came here and were like, well, sir, sorry to bother you. We didn't mean to. We'll get out of your hair. Because I could show them where he pressure washed stuff in like a 20-foot distance and it hit the 55. So, gotta love being a winner always. As petty as that is, as amazing as that's been, I'm gonna grab the little guy and we're gonna take a quick little trip over to the scrapyard. A buddy of mine who does scrapping is actually gonna be giving me a bumper for this giant blue monstrosity that we can't even really see outside. So, quick trip in the Duramax, go get us a bumper, and we'll be back in a few minutes. We see that Fuso driving away behind us, Finny with us, and in the back, we got us a bumper. I don't know if you can see it. You're looking at me like, why are you talking like that, Dad? Yeah, so now, head back home, see about brackets and stuff, but we're still in the middle of putting a rocker panel on, so I gotta finish that. Let's get home. I need a new ignition switch because that scares the crap out of me sometimes. Whew. It's just one of those days. I know I'm in and out the video here. Not here, but yeah. Like I'm saying, it's just there's so many things on my mind, there's so many things I gotta do, and I've just been so behind on content. Just trying to catch up, trying to get some stuff out for everybody. Hanging out with the dogs who I can hear running behind me now. Thankfully I have the baby gate up so they can't actually just run on that. You do notice I have the truck up on jack stands because I'm going to pull the back wheels off towards the end of the video. This thing has not had rear brakes since we started driving it because the wheel cylinders are just toast. So I think that bleeder is snapped off flush. Yeah, pull the wheel cylinders. We've gone through and got a rough shape. This here is killing me, so I'm thinking something like that. So I dug around in yonder scrap pile, did come up with a piece that roughly should be the greatest of shapes. I made a new little fab corner, and yeah, I don't have a table that I'd like, so I used 3/4 plywood that I had laying around and just put some stainless on top of it from some stuff, some like kick panel-y things that I had. But it's working great, instead of me having just the stupid Harbor Freight table, which I hated. Starting to think the inside of the, I hate saying shop because it's a one-car garage, but the inside of the garage is starting to need a fab update. Doing too much stuff to have crappy setup like that. So, like I was saying, piece, kind of, rough shape, maybe kind of. I still need to clean it. It's real gross, but I think I want it to land somewhere on this rib. I'll split the rib so that way I can then land this piece that I cut in whenever I do that. But something like that. Yeah, because I could tie this close, tack that all the way down. So I need to get a Sharpie, trace it out, cut it out, and weld that in. See where we're at after that. I don't know about you guys, I keep staring at the front bumper of my truck, way too happy. A little bit of B-roll was not enough, so we'll get a little more of that thing towards the end. It's just been a Rambletron all over the place video now. So I want to finish this rocker panel out, get the brakes off this thing. That way, you know, tomorrow I can get some new wheel cylinders on it, get the brakes back on, and actually be able to drive it. I mean, it's drivable. It's just no rear brakes has been really weird. Like you slowly stop and all of a sudden it's like, hey, and it doesn't want to do anything. So yeah, less talk, more work. Let's talk, more work. Alrighty, so, I mean, like I said, this isn't a temporary fix. This is more, I want to actually go through and cut a lot of this out. And fix the entire floor pan. There's, you know, I don't want this anymore because we're not utilizing that stock gas tank. There's some, yeah, this is some gross stuff down here. This, I have to fix this little hole. As I'm looking down there, you can see the cab corner is just garbage. And I didn't realize it was like homemade. There's a weld right there, and that's not a factory piece of metal. Someone just kind of tried to whoop something in there. So I'm gonna do a cab corner. But what was good to me is I can take this stock piece of gasket and I can actually hook it all on here and get it to line up, and it all works again. That's what I really wanted. So this gap is still good. Like I said, fill in this tiny little hole here. But there we go. I mean, that's what I pulled out. It's literally those two pieces, and somehow we got all of this back in there. I need to go through and rebuild this little corner of the structure of the pillar, and then, like I said, this will get cut probably to that line, and then we'll come up at an angle to get rid of this yucky stuff, but that's not for today. I'm gonna pull these wheels off. Once the wheels are off, I'm gonna pull the drums and the wheel cylinders. Like I said, I'll run to O'Reilly's and I'll grab some wheel cylinders, but that's all stuff I'm gonna do off the camera. Just wanted to say again, thank you guys for all the kind words about the pup. I miss him. It sucks, you know, but having his ashes back is actually really good. It makes me feel a lot better. I can walk over there and just rub the little urn anytime I'm missing him and look at the picture I built, and I built a little shrine for him. With that, I have a bunch of stuff I need to unveil. I have a bunch of, we're gonna do an unboxing, which is gonna be a little bit weird, but yeah, that's all stuff for different videos. I have metal in my eye now, which is gonna bother the crap out of me. So with that, I'm gonna let you go. So subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell for more, because we have a bunch of big stuff about to happen. I've been trying to hold off and try and get it all lined up together and make it all, you know, make sense. But it's to that point where I need to start just having videos pop out of all the big things happening. So I'm a Rambletron away. With that, I'm gonna finish this up. I'm gonna head in. Catch you guys in the next one. Average Joe Builds. We're out of here.